This is my data, guys. I just made this up. Basic data. I'm gonna save this and then open a BI screen. First thing you want to do, guys, is get data. Typically Excel screen. Pull in the data set that I just created. First thing you want to also do is transform the data. Second thing you want to do is transform the data. Any data that has numbers in it, you want to unpivot that. The reason is because it's going to stack it. And then I'm going to call this expense. This is going to call name. Right? Looks good. I'm going to change this to, this is already a whole number. Using the first row. Apply. You want to change this expense values to right? Great. Now we can start. Throw in a chart. Year has to be an axis. I'm going to take my description as my legend, and my value is going to be my expenses, right? And you want to basically show, turn on the data label filter, right? It's great. It's very, very simple, very basic. This is basically doing your expense by year and description. I really don't like the title, so I usually just turn off the title. You can do that on that setting as well. Great. Next, what I want to do, let's make something else, something easy. Right? Let's take a chart. Let's do, let's say pie chart. Let's pie chart. Let's do expenses. Let's do description. And let's do value. So it's basically saying my monthly expenses is 12% of my income, which isn't bad. This is all dummy numbers, by the way, dummy data. And if you want to filter it to a particular year, you can just drag this in here. Just filter particularly to a particular year. Right? Next, what do you want to do? Let's say next you want to see what values are involved. Do you want to do a matrix? Hit the matrix, and you want to put in your year, and you want to put, let's put it, don't summarize, just show me my year. And you want to put in your description for that year, and then you want to put in your values for that year, right? It's great. But if you don't want to do descriptions, you can also do expense description, and it drills it down even further. And I can take this and just change this to a chart if I want to see a chart, honestly. See your percentages, right? Very simple, guys. This breaks out what percentage of your income goes to what expenses. Very simple, guys. Very easy. You have to play around with BI. The great thing about it is you get to play around with BI, so you see what works and what doesn't work for you, right? You can also see this in a graph basis. Expense description. You can stack it, whichever way you want to show the data, you can. Feel free to play around, and it definitely will stack however you want it to stack. So me basically saying 0.8 million, so 41,000 expense goes to traveling, party $78,000 a year, expenses and investing is $86,000 a year. This is a very rich budget right here, guys. So yeah, that's the basics, guys. There you have it. If you have any questions on how I did this, leave it in the comment below. Typically, I would build a relationship. This is where you build relationships between multiple tabs. But seeing there's no relationship, leave it at basic. I'll call this fundamentals, basics. There's a lot more BI can do, but we'll get into that another time, guys.